Russian grammar isn't popular. To be honest, most people are afraid of it. Some students diligently study and memorize all of the rules, others try to absorb the rules by reading books and watching movies. But those are not your only options. This simple lesson will help you to beat Russian grammar. Hi, I'm Denis from Learning to Know Russian. Welcome to our lesson on Russian grammar. Thank you for joining us. You probably already know that it's impossible to memorize all of the Russian grammar rules. Even if you do understand the logic behind the rules and memorize all of the exceptions, good luck trying to remember everything in the middle of a conversation. Grammar lessons that only teach you theory will slow you down and kill your motivation. They are not just unhelpful, they are actually harmful. The alternative to studying grammar rules is to interact with and expose yourself to Russian. Of course, you've probably already heard that. But has anyone ever told you the best way to do it? After all, there are a lot of different ways to interact with Russian. Not all of them are very effective. Should you listen to audiocasts? Should you read books? You can try that, but it's probably going to take you years. The name for this lesson is Grammar Variations. During this lesson, you are going to try to naturally absorb Russian grammar. I'm going to give you a real look at the Russian language. We are not going to talk about lots of complicated linguistic terms. Let's select a text. It doesn't need to be that long, just a few sentences. All you need to do is listen, but please be focused. And it's okay to follow along with the text. So I'm going to read you a few sentences from a story by Tolstoy, The Three Bears. Одна девочка ушла из дома в лес. В лесу она заблудилась и стала искать дорогу домой. Но не нашла, а пришла в лесу к домику. Дверь была открыта. Она посмотрела в дверь, видит, в домике никого нет, и вошла. В домике этом жили 3 медведя. So let's translate this paragraph just to make sure you understand everything. Одна девочка ушла из дома в лес. One girl left her home and went in the forest. В лесу она заблудилась. She got lost in the forest. И стала искать дорогу домой. And started to search for the road home. Но не нашла. But she couldn't find it. А пришла в лесу к домику. But came to a house in the forest. Дверь была открыта. The door was open. Она посмотрела в дверь. She looked in the door. Видит, в домике никого нет. And could see that no one was in the house. И вошла. And went in. В домике этом жили 3 медведя. 3 bears lived in the house. So it happened in the past, some time ago. Now I'll tell the story as if I was the main character. I will use the masculine gender, of course. So 1 year ago, я ушел из дома в лес. В лесу я заблудился и стал искать дорогу домой. Но не нашел, а пришел в лесу к домику. Дверь была открыта. Я посмотрел в дверь. Вижу, в домике никого нет. И вошел. В домике этом жили 3 медведя. But what if I want to tell you about my daily routine? Not once in the past. It happens every day. Каждый день. Every day. Я ухожу из дома в лес. В лесу я теряюсь и ищу дорогу домой, но не нахожу, а прихожу в лесу к домику. Дверь открыта. Я смотрю в дверь. Вижу, в домике никого нет. Я вхожу. В домике этом живут 3 медведя. Now, let's talk about this event in the future. Imagine that this is what I'm going to do next weekend. So, next weekend я уйду из дома в лес. В лесу я заблужусь и стану искать дорогу домой. Но не найду, а приду в лесу к домику. Дверь будет открыта. Я посмотрю в дверь, увижу, в домике никого нет. И войду. В домике этом будут жить 3 медведя. Finally, what if you need to give someone instructions? We'll use the formal you, вы in Russian. Let's say you are talking to your colleague, Billy. Billy, could you please? Билли, уйдите из дома в лес. В лесу заблудитесь и ищите дорогу домой. Но не находите, а приходите в лесу к домику. Дверь будет открыта. Вы посмотрите в дверь, увидите. В домике никого не будет. Входите. В домике этом будут жить 3 медведя. Great work! What did we accomplish? The most important thing is that you didn't fill your brain with grammar rules. It's the biggest difference between this approach and other methods for studying Russian grammar. With this approach, there is no reason to be afraid of Russian grammar. Thanks to the variations in our text, you can see for yourself how Russian grammar works without any complicated explanations. How can you use the grammar variations exercise to get the best results? Of course, I recommend listening to this lesson periodically, many times, but don't try to memorize the texts. You can also use this approach together with a teacher, but don't worry, if you don't have a teacher to study with, recorded audio lessons might be more effective. After all, you can listen to them many times, whenever is convenient for you. These lessons are very effective. They help you see for yourself that Russian grammar doesn't have to be as complex and terrifying as you thought. Don't forget, grammar is not a language skill. It's just another piece in the puzzle that you need in order to speak Russian fluently. Use these and other methods from learning to know Russian. It will help make your Russian studies a success. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.